How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Blue Shifting and welcome back to ReWrite. So, I keep playing with the ending of the Chihaya route where it feels like we get there and then we're not there. So I'm gonna stop calling it, but we're going out. Akane's gone a little back crap crazy. We're not even sure. Like Chihaya even seems to have this impression that it's not actually Akane. Like it's her, but it's not her. So it's some kind of weirdness going on. The key's involved. She seems really disappointed by everything that's going on. And I guess we're going to try and track them down. Like, they're looking for a new power spot because she needs more power than the well that was available underneath the building of Gaia in the alternate dimension. So, naturally, they're coming to the well that was Kotaru's home in the woods. So, that's essentially where we're going to be heading, I'm guessing. So, I think we got to stop her here, or it's just going to continue on. She also took Sakuya's, like, remains. He's pretty broken at this point, but they're using what's left of him because he's going to be a good vessel for whatever Akane needs. So, yeah, we gotta go stop that shenanigans. And we don't have Sakuya to come in and for a Hail Mary, like, saving pass anymore. So, it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, but that's the thing, too. Like, the only reason we know Sakuya's not truly gone is because Chihaya still has her power. She has her strength, she has her endurance, and everything that is granted by Sakuya's bond, so he's technically still around. But we're kind of going to finish that, so... yeah. Anyway, we'll just jump right into it, I think. Let's get started. We're walking through the forest on the city outskirts. Apparently, there's some power spot hidden away inside it. The path we're on doesn't even have a game trail, insects are buzzing around, and our feet are finding nothing but grass. We should have brought a flashlight. Our cell phones are our only source of light. The sun is already set, and the unreliable moonlight shines down from on high. We reach the clearing, and we finally see shadows of falling leaves. Moonlight's brighter than I expected. A barrier? Is that what remains of Kotaru's barrier?
完全に封印されたっていうか忘れられた場所なんだろうな。どうしましょう。結界を破る魔物なんてないですよ。なに、単純だって言ったろ。俺はパニの場所がわかるから、それに向かって歩きゃいい。
That's right, I forgot that Pani followed Akane and is kind of being our beacon.
場所がわかってたら入れるんだよ。無意識的にそこに向かわないように、そこには何もないって認識させる結界なんだよ。
I mean, that's a really clever barrier, honestly. That doesn't explain anything, but we just have to follow you, right?
Ah!
We move deeper into the forest. I know that trunk. Suddenly, I feel a disturbance. We must have gone through the barrier into another realm.
着いたか?
The portal in the forest has led us to another dimension. The grass is much taller here, and there are abandoned concrete buildings when I look around. Okay, so we also went to the other dimension. Maybe that's just where Akane knows how to work the power? Or maybe it's the way that she can safely access it, because normally that wellspring is inaccessible to anyone but a druid, and it's really dangerous. So maybe that's the trick that the summoners figured out how to use, like, power points, is to be able to use that other dimensional space. A derelict village. But I feel like I've seen this place before.
ここ?
The place where you lived? It looks exactly the way it did in Sakuya's memory. Oh my gosh, if that trunk, what if it's all connected? What if the trunk is the ancient tree that was Sakuya before he became a familiar? And this is the research lab that was focused in the forest that's around the grove where the power spot is that Kotaru uses, which is like, so like the Kotaru had that big tree that like she kind of fortified around. What if that was Sakuya, like what he was before he took on his familiar form? That's kind of cool.
そうなんかわかんねえけど、もともとガイアの隠れ里だったみたいだぜ。こんなところにあったなんて。せっかくだ。ちょっと実家とか覗いてきたらどうだい?
Oh, so like we can actually see her old house.
でも時間が急ぐこともねえよ。それより多分ここのパワースポットが消滅したらそれでここ自体がなくなっちまう。
Oh dang! So does that mean that where we left is is collapsed on itself already?
最後のチャンスだ。行った方がいいと思うぜ。
Chihaya turns to me. I'll follow wherever you go.
そうですか。じゃあ、ちょっとだけ。本当にちょっとだけです。
I think it's very fair.
おう。あと、小太郎。
Yeah?
今の言い方、なんか、昨夜みたいでした。
I don't know how to feel about that, actually. Really?
いいですよ。代わりとか。そんなこと考えなくても。大丈夫ですから。
I see. Sorry about that.
私の家、こっちです。
Chihaya and Gil lead the way to a certain building. I really had no intention of speaking that way. To be his replacement. Can I possibly replace Sakuya? Most of my worries disappear when I pose that question to myself. I don't think I'm trying to replace him. I want to be something different to Chihaya. Although in doing that, it does feel like I have to be like a certain someone. I should get going. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. This is awful. The place is dark, there are no lights. Our cell phones are all we have for light. The inside of the building is in tatters. Grass sprouts from holes in the floor and vines creep up in through the broken windows. The kitchen and its utensils give it a lived-in atmosphere, but the moss has grown over the wooden furniture. I don't know what I'll think if I saw my old home like this. I feel a chill just looking at it, so I imagine it's worse for Chihaya. She's gone to look inside the house. The best I can do is leave her to her own devices.
おい、こんなん見つけたぜ。
What is it? Gil brings something that could fit comfortably in the palm of my hand. It looks like a fossilized ammonite. What is this? Oh, it's like an actual fossil.
わかんねえか？魔物だよ。
Oh, really? This? A familiar? It looks like a very dead shell of a mollusk to me. I don't get it.
契約ってわかるか？
Not really. I've never done it before.
ちょっと手を触れてみ。
Like this?
念じろ。
For what?
なんかこう、契約って感じの。
Okay. That doesn't explain anything. Contract? Ah. There's a tingling in my fingertips. Is this it?
なんか変なのがあったら、そこに集中。
Think I understand now. I can feel a certain something. And if solid enough, I can reel it in. Ah. Something arises in the back of my mind. Words? And a voice that's saying those words. Feels a lot like those images Kakari showed me. Memories. The images aren't as clear, though. It feels more like the words are a novel rather than a film. To whomever is seeing this, if the one who found this isn't my daughter Chihaya, I would like you to pass this on to her somehow. And if that's not possible, then please burn it. Dear Chihaya. Oh, yeah, stop. I let go. This is...
親父さんの遺言状かな。
Fetch me. Her dad was someone who made familiars after all. I shouldn't look at this. I stopped reading it.
洒落たもん作るな、親父さん。
Well, you have to give this to Chihaya. Oh, this is gonna be rough.
これ、
I think it's your dad's.
記憶を残しておくための魔物さ。
Yeah?
じゃあ、俺らちょっと外に出とくわ。
Hold her hand, buddy. She's gonna need it. Oh, look at that. I look at the starry sky. I think to myself, has conflict ever produced anything? I pose the question because of my dollar store values. People have been warring with each other throughout history, and it doesn't look like that's going to change anytime soon. Still think that, even now. Getting rid of war ends up being nothing but an empty platitude. No one on this side of life could possibly manage that. The best we can do is talk to each other and find a way forward. This is humanity's unsolvable problem. It's also stupid. Considering all the lofty ideals of the esoteric philosophies, it would be really stupid if talking it out turned out to be the actual solution to our problems. Thinking about it, all we have to do is talk and understand each other. So why can't anyone do it? And because everyone falls short of that truth, Chihaya, Chizuru, Nishikujo, even Mido. It really doesn't matter whether you're on Gaia's side or Guardians. How many lives have been ruined by our stubborn refusal to talk things out? But even if we wanted to, we couldn't. Why else am I doing what I'm doing? I have to deal with my seemingly endless enemies somehow, and fighting them seems to be the only way out. How could I not think all of this was absurd at some point? It's like there's no way out.
なあ、ちょっといいか。
Uh-oh. I've been getting worried. Gil's been really, like, down to earth and serious for this whole thing, and it's making me think he's genuinely running out of time. Sure.
肩捕まっていい？ちょっと飛んでるのもしんどくってさ。
Oh man, buddy. Really? Alright, go for it.
悪いね。
That tired?
ちょっと。 なんかな。
この辺りの大地の力が急速に弱まってるような。
俺たちも力吸い取られてくみたいでさ。
Right. You're not...
いや、いけると思ったんよ。ここに来りゃ体力補給もできるかなとか。
I mean... Can't we even just temporarily form a contract with him to keep him perky and, like, keep him from fading?
けどあり、ちょっと無理。
So what now?
パニンとこ行かなきゃ。チハヤンがいないのもちょうどいいや。パワースポットのとこまで連れてってくんねえかな。
Where is it? I look to the sky. A certain light stands out among the rest. That one?
いや、あれは多分最後の場所。本当の意味でのパワースポットの源泉だよ。
Oh, okay. Interesting. So, these other power spots were actually kind of mimics or maybe like siphons off of the true one.
その前にやることがあるんよ。
The place beneath the pillar of light is our final destination. Prez is probably there. Alright, let's hurry. Where to?
ああ、多分あっち、建物の中かな。
I go where Gil's pointing. Here? A pit with a faint glow. The surrounding walls flicker red and green. Light seems to be seeping through the ground, a mysterious sight. The pit seems bottomless, and the light resembles my aurora. Gil flies over the pit.
まだ間に合うな。でも、ここもそのうち枯れちまいそうだ。
Why's that?
とりあえずな、今はこのエネルギーが一箇所に全部流れ込むような流れになってんだ。
So I think what's happening is the core power spot, the one that Kotarou used, like the real well of power, where the key came from. It has it's kind of like it's got the portal opening, and then it has these kind of almost like branches of just overflow and excess. Sorry, I pinched my hand today. And so these little micro power spots are what Gaia's been kind of utilizing. But now they're drying up because the well's being pulled. Everything's being drawn through like a siphon for water, and that means that all the overflows are drying out. You know, it's kind of like watching a lake drain. If they when they open the dam, like the outskirts and like the little smaller kind of offshoots of the lake bed start to dry out, and it funnels its way down.
ここのは大元から引かれたバイパスなんだけど、それが枯れるほどに集中させられてる。
It's something like a well. Groundwater flows underground, divulging from a single source. The pillar of light was the source. Like an underground lake, this power spot is like a well. So it's like the groundwater is being forced into a particular spot by a powerful pump.
その流れを元に戻さねえと。
And then the energy Prez has been concentrating will be dissipated?
ああ、
But where's Pani? Is she there?
それな、
Or here?
ここ。
He points at the pit.
多分、意識体レベルじゃまだ残ってるかもしんねえけど。
You mean she is this well?
あいつの体、
Oh, fetch
もう
me. No! What?
俺たちは明確な意識を持った魔物だ。
Yeah, you're freaking cool.
魔物はこの大地のエネルギーからなる存在。
You can't just be gone.
つまり、俺たちは意識のあるエネルギーの流れになれるんだよ。パニはそうなって、流れをたどってここを教えてくれたんだ。
What? Wait, so...
うん。もういない。
Fetch me. No!
私だって小太郎さんの役に立ちたいですのよ。
Thanks, I appreciate it.
では小太郎さん、負けないでくださいましね。
You got it.
じゃあ行ってきますわ。
That was literally her last words. Those were her last words. What the hell was she thinking? Why didn't she tell me?
あん時は急いでたんだよ。それにさ、お前らに止められたらさ、生きづらくなるしさ。
Well, yes, that would have been the point. But still. Gil, I see it happening. Gil's wings are dissolving into the light. You're...
そんな顔すんなって。いいんだ。俺たちがそうしたくてやってんだ。
Gosh darn it, Gil.
俺たちさ、ゴミから生まれてなんもなかったんだ。けど、俺たちみたいなのがいて、こんなことができちまうって分かったら、星自体がとんでもないことになっちまうだろ。
Yeah, because you were like, you're a living miracle.
だから、誰にも知られちゃいけなかったし、できることなら、俺たちそのものの存在を消そうって話もしたんだ。けど、俺ら、死なないんだよな。だからさ、
So they
なんもな
tried.
かったんだよ。
They tried to erase themselves before and they couldn't.
でも、なんかの役に立ちたかったんだ。お前の役、立ってたよな。
Fetch me.
だからさ、俺たちにしかできないことで、ゴミみたいな厄介者の命が役に立つんだ。そんなのに存在意義が生まれるんだぜ。こんなに最高の役に立ち方はねえよな。
Fetch me. Just wanted to be useful. That's all they wanted. They just wanted like to be, they wanted a purpose. They were like any other person. They were here, they existed. They're like, why? What are we supposed to be here for? What is our, why were we born? Especially because they, like he said, like we were born from garbage. We were castaways from an experiment gone wrong. We shouldn't exist, and our existence was dangerous. And so they just pushed on until they found a way to be useful. Like being adopted essentially into our home is probably the most meaningful thing that ever had happened to there. Gil.
ああ、悪い。見ての通りもう後戻りできねえんだ。近づくなよな。お前まで飲み込まれちまったら、それこそ無駄死にになっちまうからさ。それに、死ぬ死ぬって言っても、俺たちはもともと生きちゃいないんだ。
Yeah, you were. Yes, you were the definition of alive.
道具みたいなもんさ。
No.
魔物ってな、そういうもんだからさ。
But you are self-driven. You're like a magical version of what an AI, like a true AI will be. A true AI will be something that was constructed, intentionally or not, as a tool to accomplish something interesting. But they're going to become self-driven, self-motivated, questioning their own like values and interests, and we better hope that the first ones are as benign and as self-regulating as these two were. We better pray, because someday it's gonna happen, and when it happens, I hope we're ready for it, and I hope they're ready for it, and I hope we can all understand and recognize that that's the definition of life, is that you have your own will, you have your own desire, and you know how to pursue it and adapt and create and make new things.
嬉しいんだよな。役に立つってのは。
I see. He's always said that. Was I useful? He really wanted his life to mean something. No, he's a good person. I don't want him to go. Isn't there anything I can do? I stretch out my hand.
無理だって。それに、俺だけ助かっちまっても、パニが無駄になっちまうよ。あいつ、半身だからさ、俺だけってわけにはいかねえ。
You mean you can't be without her? It's not fair. There's nothing I can do now.
そ うでもしないと何が何でも止めるだろお前。
But Penny, I couldn't tell her anything.
伝えといてやるよ。
Hey,
ん
I really don't want to grow up and be an adult. I mean, think about it. Saying things like there's nothing I can do in tough situations, that's just giving up because that's how it is. I want no part of that. But that's what's grown up is like, right? Everyone says that the best way to go forward, and I have to agree with them. It's definitely easier. I can't do a single thing by myself. You, Penny, Sakuya, you were the ones who did the heavy lifting. For a second there, I wanted to become someone who can genuinely say there's nothing I can do. I have no reservations about hopeless situations. To solve every problem by saying I can't do anything about it, if I could do that, I wouldn't have to cry so hard.
違うね。そういうのは子供とか大人とか二元論で片付けるもんじゃねえ。しょうがねえだの。そういうもんだの。そういうことを言っちまうやつは夢をなくしたクズ野郎ってんだ。
Dang.
おめえは違うだろ。ここまでずっとむちゃくちゃな理論でわがまま貫き通してきたんだ。
Stick to your selfish ideals if it means sticking to your dreams, huh?
最後まで行けよな。俺は好きだぜ。お前の誰も殺したくねえっての。本当に命かけて実行しちまうようなやつ、なかなかいるもんじゃねえしさ。
That's right. I could say the same for you. Anyone else would have stopped by now.
やめろったってお前聞かないじゃん。
That's right. I wouldn't stop for the world. That's why I'm here. Everyone keeps telling me. The easy road. The reliable path. The reasonable path. But I keep living on my own way because I don't want to go down those other roads.
だからさ、最後まで聞かないお前で行けって言ってんだよ。
Fair.
てめえは敵も味方もなくてさ、要は最後にみんな生きて笑ってんのが最良だって思うだろ。その通りにすんのは無理でもさ、お前それで行けばいいと思うぜ。な。
Yeah. I rub my eye with my sleeve. Call me a kid all you want, just don't call me an asshole.
あや。だからよ、俺は笑っていくぜ。
Sorry, I'm crying.
なあ、俺楽しかったか？
Yeah. Although, Penny was better. I think back to all the stupid things. Every moment with him has been dumb in one way or another. But it was fun. Definitely. Even when I got annoyed at him, it was fun. Every moment together was cheerful.
じゃあ、行ってくるわ。
Yeah, me too.
行けよな。
Yeah, you better go for it too.
じゃあな。
See ya. Jana. Partner. Blood of light. He did it. I squint my eyes against the brightness. Forgot to tell him what I wanted to say. Thank you. It was my last chance to tell him that. Oh, fetch me. Now, Chihaya. Gah! It's just gonna be tears tonight. The familiar that my father left me is on the table, and I can only stare at it. I'm alone now. Kotarou and Gil are somewhere else. I really don't want to worry them, but it's strange. I want to see it, but at the same time, I don't. It's an odd feeling. Has Kotarou and Gil watched this? I want to ask them what it's about. I think I get it now. It's simple. I'm afraid of what's inside. I never really thought about my parents. I've lived my life trying my best not to remember. Because I noticed that it hurts to remember.
それじゃあ弱っちいままじゃないですか。
Alright. I have to do this. I touch the small familiar with my hand. Sudden warmth fills me. Words spring into the back of my mind. My father's words. My father's memories. How did he talk back then? Can't remember his voice anymore. So, to whoever is seeing this, if the one who found this isn't my daughter Chihaya, I would like you to pass this on to her somehow. And if that is not possible, then please burn it. Dear Chihaya. The memories echo like words on a page, and yet it brings back some unsavory feelings I used to have. I didn't really like school. I transferred multiple times in the name of security, and there were a lot of people who had what I didn't have. I ended up hating those kind of people. I think that was why I kept my distance from everyone. And things were only bad because I was born. So I tried my best not to think about such things. But I know the truth. As much as I try not to hate Mom and Dad, some days I ended up doing just that. Dear Chihaya, I'm probably no longer around by the time you're reading this. And if I am, don't tell me you read this, because it's terribly embarrassing. Oh, and don't tell your mother either. Promise me that. You know what? I can see where she gets it. Okay, why am I getting flustered all of a sudden? Sheesh. She's so much like her dad. That's right. Dad was a playful person. My memories are slowly returning to me. How he blushed when Mom teased him. That's what he was like. No wonder. That's so cute. Anyway, in the event that I am gone, I'm sorry for everything. We're engaged in skirmishes with Guardian around Kazamatsuri. Just happens to be the line of work I'm in. I don't think anything will happen, but it's still a dangerous profession. You can resent me all you want. You can hate me all you want. I don't care, as long as you make it. But having you was the best thing that happened to your mother and I. We were really happy when you came around. Aww.
お父さん
Yeah. They played with me. We ate together. They scolded me. They praised me. The gray landscape of my memories is suddenly filled with color. Oh gosh, I talked about this before, but still, it's so cool. Have you ever had that happen? Like, this might be a slightly artificial version of it, but still, like, have you ever had a true rush of memories? Like, when you are, like, overwhelmed with a sudden blast from the past? Like, literally. Like, blast from the past sounds so, like, cheesy, but, like, it can literally happen. And I always talk about it. It's like, for me, the experience was Orange Julius. Like, it's a weird thing. Like, Orange Julius, if you don't know, is pretty much an orange flavored kind of smoothie, but you make it like with a little bit of cream and the actual orange, like squeezed orange juice. So it has some pulp in it too, usually. It's a really unique flavor. And I remember I was on a school trip with some friends, including one of my friends, who, I'm not gonna say names, I almost did, but I'm like, nope, I don't do that, just in case. I had a good friend, though, that we'd been friends since I had first moved into the neighborhood, so when we were like 5 or 6, like, we weren't always super close through those years, but when we were young, we were very close. And then, you know, we kind of just knew each other through school. We were all going to school at the same time, we were both in the same club, and so we took a trip to a larger city for a festival or something, and we were walking around in this outdoor mall, and they had a Dairy Queen that had a specialized Orange Julius stand. I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. I've never had an Orange Julius. And my friend turns to me, she's like, yeah, you have. We had them all the time. I was like, what are you talking about? And she's like, yeah, no, my mom used to make them for me, and I made them for both of us when we were kids. Like, you've definitely had one. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And she was like, you gotta get one. So I went, I bought a little thing, and I took it, and I took a sip of it, and it hit my tongue. And the second it hit my tongue, I suddenly had an assault of color and sound, of memories from when I was really young, like 6, 7, 8 years old. I had a blast of these memories, so much so that I felt like it was like almost like a vision. So I sat there in the mall, but it was like I wasn't there. It was like I was transported back in the past, and it wasn't just this Orange Julius. Like, the flavor, it kind of just unlocked memories of just us playing in the yards, eating like dinner together, like at each other's houses. It reminded me of like riding bikes in the dirt paths next to the houses that were being constructed, and playing on the trampoline, and just all of these like just these really important like childhood memories that, you know, just get lost in the miasma of time, you know, because again, like, it wasn't like it was like it was, we hadn't even graduated high school at this point, but still, like, easily over like 10 years had passed since these events, and then I just had it blasted right back into my head, and it was the most bizarre thing. It was almost like I was like gasping. It was so intense, and I don't know if my friends at the time realized what I'd just experienced, but it was like a life-changing type of moment right there. Just that realization that something so simple as like a tasty smoothie could literally transport me to my childhood. All because she made these little orange Julius drinks for me when I was a kid. It was so cool. And at the same time, the thing that I hated most, the thing I never wanted to think about, is also filled with color. Why can I never see him again? The hole will never be filled. This time will never return. Chihaya. I feel like crying when I think about the possibilities of never seeing you again. But when that day comes, this is what I will say. I really wanted to be with you for longer. But you have to find someone different than me. Friend, boyfriend, it doesn't matter. Find someone who will walk together with you. Find someone who will walk the path with you. That's what your mother is to me. I, and you, probably have a problem in that area of life. But I know you can do it. So promise me. Promise me you'll find such a person. Oh. Tears streamed down my face. Despite my best efforts to hold them back, I sealed away my memories and looked to the present to keep from crying. Find someone who can walk with you. That is my final wish. Oh, looks like the food's done. Oh wow, there's so much. What a goober. What a goober. You gotta love it though. That's like the best messages. Like, sure, he could be all proper and just do something, but like, that's so human. That's what he was like. I loved them both. Both mom and dad. I can accept them now. My precious memories of the time I'll never have again. I'll never say I don't need them ever again. I stand in front of the door.
Tadaima. それと、行ってきます。
Aww. Shy. I address those words to my memories. Ah.
Kotarou.
Did you finish watching it? I see. Kotarou nods while scratching his head. I can't really discuss it with you since I didn't watch the whole thing. Mind if I ask you what it said?
秘密です。
Okay.
ギルは姿が見えないんですけど。
Yeah, that's, I got some bad news about that. He's gone off somewhere.
はい？どっかって。
We probably won't be seeing him anymore. He said he was going to disrupt the flow of power spots. Press should be having trouble focusing the energy now. Anyway, that's what he's gone to do. I don't know what happened, but I can tell Kotarou's tearing up.
Kotarou?
He told me to go, both him and Panny. I have to keep going.
みんな言うんですね。
I guess your dad said that too? I end up nodding. Chihaya?
はい？
Marry me? Fetch, man. What a time. Let's get married when this all is over.
何を突然。
Then again, Gaia and Guardian are probably going to be on our tail after what we did. So we'll have to elope.
だからその。
He's freaking like 16? Well, we'll probably be on the run our whole lives. Too much?
嫌じゃないですけど、なんかこう、もっとあるじゃないですか。ほら。
Again, I like how she's just not even questioning like the idea. She's just more like, why now? I just think it's the best time to do it. Although it does feel like I'm gonna die in the next chapter. But I promise you I won't. I'll walk with you wherever you go. If we have to run, I'll run wherever you go to. I'll make every effort, I promise you that. Gosh, it's like he didn't even know, but he said the magic words.
小太郎はバカですね。
Yeah, it's why they're actually a really good pair. I hear that a lot.
でもなんかうなずいちゃう私も
Aww.
なんです。
So, is that a yes?
だから
I nod. Great! And Kotaru nods back. All right! He pumps his fist in the air. Let's get going! Also, I, Tennouji Kotarou, take Kotaru Chihaya to be my wife and promise to love her all my life.
だからそんな恥ずかしいことを叫ばないでください。
You know what? Her dad was a goober, but I think he's a bigger one. What have you done, Chihaya? Half of it is just me wanting to see how you'd react.
意地悪いです。
But the other half of it, I wanted to make a solemn statement. It's do or die from here on out. Let's get going. Kotarou takes a step forward, and I do the same. We're on the same path. What's wrong? Let's go.
行きますよ。
Fetch me. Dad, I found the one who will walk with me. Ironically, he's just as dumb. Here we go. I think it's really time for battle shoes. We make our way to the Pillar of Light. Like Gil said, that's probably where the energy's being focused.
どうして
Oh boy. Yep, it's not looking great. Whispers echo in the silence. 2 pairs of footsteps, the rustling of clothes, I hear it all. I close my eyes without stopping. I take a few steps. My senses are suddenly sharpened to a point. I haven't used my powers. I'm just making sure I exist here and now. Sakuya taught me this too. I wonder if I've reached that level. Without abandoning my humanity. You're teetering, buddy. Don't push it. No. I won't abandon anything. I remember all the battles so far. I've rewritten my body again and again. But my heart remains the same. I open my eyes. This is my last stand. I'm going to change it. The story of the world. The writers of this third-rate drama has arrived. Prez is standing in front of us. It's not her, though. She's gone crazy. She looks at us with lifeless eyes. It's over, Prez.
そうです。もうこんなことやめていいじゃないですか。
We have the high ground.
ガイアもこの町はもう放棄するしかないと思います。それに指導者のいないガイアなんてもう負けなんですよ。世界は維持されるんです。
Oh boy. Oh no. A sneer.
バカね。失敗したならやり直せばいいじゃない。それに何もかも終わりなら私の勝ちということじゃない。
茜さん。
That light isn't your friend, Prez. Not anymore. I'll warn you right now, you won't beat me. In fact, you won't win no matter what you do.
何をよまいごと。
そういうこと言ってるの全部茜さんじゃないですか。もう諦めてください。これ以上何やったって無駄だって。
God, fetch that breathing. Oh no.
うるさい小バエは叩き潰すに限る。結局お前たちもそう。私に勝てるからなんだというの。力を振るって屈服させるだけの話。勝者だから敗者は言うことを聞けというの。何をしてもいいという。醜い競争原理に支配されているお前たちこそまず自らを顧みるべきだわ。
Yeah, she's kind of channeled too much of like humanity vision from the earth, because she's just saying all the wars are us. Like it can't actually just be us.
醜いって信念を通そうとすることの何が醜いんですか。力を振るうってことは茜さんの言うように醜いところだってあると思いますけど、それが裏なら表だってちゃんと存在してるんです。裏があるからそれが全てなんて考えはおかしいと思います。いいことだってあるじゃないですか。
That's enough, Chihaya. Prez is sick. We have a patient to cure.
四半世紀も生きていない小僧が何を知った口を聞く。
God, that voice acting is so good. Insolent brat. What's that in your shadow? Is that a source of your disease?
うるさい。お前らは醜さも恐ろしさも汚らわしさもおぞましさも知らない。
Easy. We know there's evil, but we don't let it stop us from looking for the good.
黙れ黙れ黙れ黙れ黙れ黙れ。
So much for dialogue. I doubt we could stop Prez through mere argument to begin with. This talking stuff is a lot harder than I thought. I guess this is what happens when ideas clash.
まだ私には手に入れた力がある。ズタボロの結界になってあの世で仲良しごっこを続けるがいいわ。安心なさい。常世送りになるのはあなたたちばかりじゃない。
Oh
もっ
boy.
とたくさんお友達を送ってあげるから。
The giant swings its hand. Oh boy. Oop. Chihaya and I hop to the side to avoid its fist. Slow and heavy. In the meantime, the greatsword should be fine against this. Activate the Aurora. Get away, Chihaya! I shout. It And then, I look at where the giant's hands are. Its hands are covered with multiple wounds and lodged in the cracks of lodged in the cracked ground. This should definitely be enough to break it. Why is Prez so proud of this thing? Prez? Sorry about this. I jump toward the giant and aim at its right shoulder. I make it there before the giant can even turn. And stab its shoulder with the Aurora. The giant's shoulder is ripped out of its socket as I leap away from it. And then, I glance back at the giant. Now for the left. I stab it again. The giant loses its balance and falls. Too easy. Kirov is harder and faster, more terrifying. This thing wasn't even a fraction of that. Kilimanjaro? Fuego? This thing was no match for those familiars. Nor is it a match for Ninshikujo, Suzuru, or Sakura. Everything I fought was stronger than this. Didn't even break a sweat. Really? You're surprised? Like, it was pretty obvious, Akane. You know, I fought Gaia's strongest familiar once. This is nothing more than a doll of sheltered rich girl. If you had thousands of black dogs, maybe you could put up a fight.
Kotarou.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing, Kotarou. Like, what's going on? Yeah, I think I know now. I've gotten really strong. But Prez, you've always relied on something else. Have you ever attempted to make yourself stronger? You could change yourself if you really wanted to. This is definitely different. That is the definitive difference between us. Definitive. Oh, why are you goading her? Oh, light shines beneath her feet. What is she? No, I've seen this before.
そこまでよ。
Whoa, what? Was that Lucia? Oh, Kyujo.
間に合ったみたいね。
Ah, hey Suzuru.
ガーディアン。
外の魔物たちはみんな騎士団の人たちが片付けている。
Suzuru.
小太郎、やっぱりこうするのがいいと思ったんだ。来てくれたんですね。間に合ってよかった。
Yeah. I have mixed feelings about feeling relieved here, but I'm kind of feeling relieved here. I'm happy to see you, Suzuru, not your teacher. Terrifying teacher. Yeah, you saved us.
負けね。
Yeah, unfortunately.
結局こうして弱い者が淘汰されていく。そんな世の中を崩したかったのに。
She takes a few steps back. It was...
ほんの歌方の夢だったわ。
Man, I wish I knew what was going on with her. The pillar of light is behind her. And Prez, she's gonna throw herself into it, isn't she? Falls into it. Bi, Shizuru, and even Nishikyojo all rush toward her. But none of us can make it in time. Instead, the one who takes Akane's hand is the one who's the slowest, furthest one away from her.
いい加減にしてください。
Aww.
茜さん。
Chihaya holds onto her hand.
話しなさい。もう何もないじゃない。こんな思いを抱えてどう生きろというの。
It's the memories, the world's memories, the condensed like burden of humanity. Only the burden. In a one person, of course it'd drive her mad. She starts pulling her up.
茜さん、どんな思いがあったって生きれば生きられるんです。何があったって何か見つけられるんです。
That's so true. Come on, Akane, come on.
どんなものを見て茜さんがどんな思いなのか嫌なことばっかりじゃなかったはずです。私に言ったのは茜さんじゃないですか。友達作っていいってできるんですよ。何があってもきっとどこかでは。
そんなことだけじゃない。私ガイアの聖女で
Holy Woman of Gaia, I wonder what that is.
そうしなければならなくて、そうしてきた人たちのことはどうすればいいの？
I wonder if she's Gaia's form of a druid, like a pseudo-druid, since a druid would never sign up for what they're doing, but maybe they try to find somebody who could stand in for one.
今ここで生きてる茜さんには そんなの関係ないです。逃げたって、逃げてる道だって、それは歩いて行ってる道になるんです。そうするしかないんだったら、今あなたを掴んでる私の手は何なんですか？
You can't fault an idiot's logic. That's pretty good.
あなたに駆け寄った周りのみんなは何なんですか？茜さん、おかけの時だって、本当はみんなの中に入りたいって思ってたんじゃないですか？
Yeah, she did. She was always showing up. She was always organizing events, even if she just had to play. She went hiking in the woods voluntarily. She clearly wanted to. Chihaya buries her face in Prez's chest and continues.
二人でいた時、たまに隠しきれなくて、笑いながら小太郎のこととか話してたじゃないですか。
Oh, that's really cute.
いいんですか？そんなのなくしてもあるじゃないですか。
Aww. Aww, Akane.
でも何もないです。いいんです。私たちは歩いてても、私たちはそう。
Chihaya. Chihaya grabs Akane by her shoulders and continues shouting at her. And Prez's shadow slowly leaves her. Aww. You gotta remember, she acts super strong. She's like, what, 16, 17 like us? She's just, in all sense of purpose, a kid. I mean, not a kid, but like, you know what I mean. With the shadow having left her, the floodgates on Senri Akane's emotions open, leaving her sobbing. She's right. As long as we have someone, as long as we have something, we can find the path we're meant to walk. Chizuru draws close to the two of them. No. No. She touches Prez's face. She immediately closes her eyes. Please, just put her to sleep.
何をしたんです？
悪い夢なら忘れなきゃいけない。人はきっとそうできてる。けど目の前にある現実ならそこにあるものなんだから、きっとそれは取り除くことができる。どれだけかかるか、本当にできるかわからないけど、それに向かって手をかざすことはできると思う。
しずる。
結局こうするのがうまくいく方法だったのかもしれないわね。
Unless you just killed everybody, right? They didn't think you'd be here in Nishikyojo.
私はただのしずるちゃんの付き添いよ。
Uh-huh.
それに
She looks at the pillar of light.
ガイアの計画も潰せたわけだし。
Chizuru puts a sleeping Akane back on her back. Okay, so she is sleeping. Thank goodness. That's what I thought. But I was like terrified she'd just like taking her out.
ガイアの聖書、鹿島さくらと言ったかしら。この子はきっと本当の意味でその思想を受け継いでしまったのね。
Oh, interesting. I wonder if they pass down memories through familiars, kind of achieving a pseudo-eternal life. Is that why Akane, like, despite being young, also kind of felt like an old, full adult? She was like a hybrid between, like, Akane, the individual child, and, like, you know, and the memories of, like Sage's past. She was talking like a different person for sure. She looks like she was bearing the grudge accumulated over thousands of years. I can't be sure from Prez's manner of speech alone, but there was definitely a shadow possessing her. Perhaps that was the form taken by this holy woman. We have no way of knowing the truth now. Ah. Now that I think about it, what's going to happen to Gaia's officials and higher-ups?
そうね。天王寺くんと大鳥さんは多分大丈夫だろうけど。
Well, good, because, you know, we aren't there.
この子は
心配ない。心神喪失状態。要保護観察。私が引き受ける。
Well, I guess that's something.
しずるちゃん。
きっとなんとかなる。
if you actually can follow through, which I hope you can. Like, I believe Shizuru believes that. I'm worried Guardian would supersede her, because she seems very, like, diligent, and if a superior told her no, she would listen. But that's something.
そうね。
Oh, I don't like you.
でも、もっといい方法思いついちゃったわ。多分、証明もできるわ。
そうか。
Are you sure?
任せてちょうだい。
Don't trust that smile.
なんか、
Everything worked out?
はい。ただ、
Chihaya looks at the pillar of light, the source of the aurora.
昨夜は帰ってきませんね。いいんです。ギルも言ってたけど、なんとなく分かってたんです。昨夜、いつまでも一緒じゃないって。それに、いろいろ見つかりましたから、昨夜はずっと一緒でしたから。わがまま、聞いてあげないとですしね。
Yeah.
ちゃんとお別れできなかったのが心残りなんですけど。
You know what? We're birds of a feather in that regard. Don't cry.
泣いてませんよ。
I might.
泣いてません。
I'm going to. Of course.
私が泣いてないったら泣いてないんです。
Okay. Well then, let's go.
はい。
Aww. We leave the other dimension and find the sunrise waiting for us. Outside, Nishi Kyojo is debriefing the members of Guardian. Her message is simple. The Holy Woman is dead. Everyone helped me. Everyone walked alongside us, even though they were our enemies. Of course, enemies aren't all I have. Chihaya is right next to me. And we walk together while holding hands. Thank freaking goodness! We've been through a lot. But this is pretty good ending, I think. That's what I'm genuinely feeling. This is the end. Tomorrow, I'll have to walk on a different path. Or so I thought. Oh no. Before being immediately hurtled into the pits of despair. Oh no! Oh no, no! Did it just trigger anyway? That's the same symbol. What is that? Oh no. Is that what Sakuya became? A giant mass emerges, though looking like it could pierce the heavens. It looks like the forest peak of a great mountain. The frosted peak of a great mountain. We can only stand and gawk at it. It's pulsating.
魔物。
あれが。
The familiar engulfs the forest around it. It simulates everything, adding to its great mass. Its size can't be measured by the naked eye, but the trees look like grass under its feet. Fetch me. Holy crap, look at that thing. Reminds me of those giant monsters you used to see in movies when I was a kid. Feel the emotion that every man feels when faced with a giant object. The emotion is fear. It's over. It will destroy everything. It will end my life. This thing is the root of all fear. And then an explosion. It turned into a volcano? Shockwaves assault me before I can scream. What happened? What did it do? Chihaya!
大丈夫です。茜さんも。
What the fetch is that?
何が起きた？
腕。いや、足か。
Fetch.
あの魔物の鶴状のものが伸びてきたのね。
What the heck? Like vines? What a natural way to put it. Is it trying to destroy the forest that we're in?
安全なものではないみたいね。
Nishikyojo readies her knives.
こんなものでなんとかなると思えないけど。
Fetch. Shizuru drags a fallen tree over to her.
そうね。それくらい必要ね。
Nishikyojo touches the trunk, and it begins to glow.
行くわよ。
She's just gonna use it as a giant knife. She flings the tree at the monster. The giant tree becomes a pillar of light. It cuts through the air and flies straight toward the monster. The attack should be powerful enough, but that only because we're tiny compared to the tree.
貫けない。
Our opponent's too gigantic.
一発じゃダメだ。
そうしたいのだけど。
Nishikyojo's legs buckle underneath her. Oh my gosh, I took everything.
いえ、平気。結構疲れるの。
Oh my gosh, what the fetch? What? Suzuki tilts her head. Oh, that didn't work.
まずいわ。本部に市民の避難を促すよう連絡を頼めるかしら。もう結界外だわ。きっと街ではこれが目撃されてパニックになる。
I bet!
了解しました。
Oh yeah. I have literally crapped my pants. Nishikyojo takes out her cell phone.
風祭り内に配備されているアパッチをすべてよこしてちょうだい。それからありったけの火器を積んだ航空機も。目標は見ればわかる。巨大な魔物よ。捕捉次第即攻撃を。
When she said Apache, my first thought was like, oh, that's a cool name for Guardian fighters. And I was like, oh no, she probably means literal Apache helicopters.
避難しよう。
あれはもう私たちではどうにもならないわ。
We're going, Chihaya. Hi! Chihaya has Prez on her back. We run through the forest. The familiar remains eerily quiet, but it continues sapping life from the forest, turning the delicious greenery into a dried up brown. Oh, that's really depressing. The familiar becomes greener as the forest withers.
ヘリが来た。
Huh? I turn around. I can see through the gaps in the canopy that 3 helicopters are heading for the monster. 3!
通用するのかしら。
They're not. And then an explosion, followed by the sounds of gunfire. They sound a lot less reliable compared to the movies. Nishikyojo holds up her phone.
相手の挙動が全くつかめないわ。警戒しつつ離脱を。全機全速で撤退。
Oh no.
一機落とされた。目標は
Oh no.
現在。
止まっている暇などないぞ。急げ。
Asaka. Is that the gentleman guy who runs the antique store? Huh?
久しぶり
It
だな。
is!
天王寺君。
I feel like this is what Tennouji's gonna look like when he's an old man. You're from the antique shop. He's a member of Guardian too?
戦闘機による爆撃が始まる。ここは
Oh,
危険だ。
fetch me. We're gonna go full scorched earth here.
この辺りにいるのは
はい、そのはずです。
Bombing. Even if that solves the problem, it wouldn't be a grim way to close the curtains. But it's better than nothing as long as this nightmare ends. I'm a little wiser now after experiencing all the battles. There's no way I could fight that thing. Fetch me. I'm a little worried. What if it just absorbs all this energy and then it just starts rampaging kaiju style across the planet? Just becoming this unstoppable, like, just wave of destruction, like a moving apocalypse. Not apocalypse, like a moving like natural disaster, like an earthquake and volcano rolled into one. We continue running through the forest. Suddenly, a ray of light shines from behind me. Asaka grabs my head and presses me against the ground. I feel a blast of air as something passes over my body. The air crackles with electricity. The shockwaves eventually subside. Wow! The familiar is now a mass of smoke and flames. Thick plumes of gray smoke rise into the sky. We stand riveted to watch the familiar in the distance. The unreal scene plays out for quite a while. But eventually the silence is broken.
なぜ沈まん?
Oh no. Are we gonna have to go down the American way, aka get the nukes out? Asaka asks out loud. The attack just now was definitely more powerful strike launched against the creature thus far. Burnt pieces of skin flake off from the familiar. Massive plumes of smoke rise off its body. But the familiar itself continues looming in the distance unfazed.
多分全然聞いてません。
Oh no.
なんだと?
今気づきました。あれ、昨夜です。
Yeah, I thought so. I made full use of my enhanced vision. With its skin burnt away, I can see something glowing in its chest through the smoke. Looking at it, I understand what Chihaya is saying. It's built around essentially his corpse. Fetch me.
つまり、現在全人類が持つ熱量すべてでも総動員しない限りは、あれを破壊することはできないってこと？
私の演算能力における全シミュレート結果ではそうなります。
昨夜と私は契約関係ですから、だいたいどれくらいのダメージだったか感覚でならわかるんですけど、あの感じだと何百発撃ち込んでも多分 無駄だと思います。
To make it dense, that wouldn't even stop him, but just wound him.
でも聞いていないわけではないんでしょ。
治っちゃってますから。
Fetch.
絶望的な試算だな。
なんかすぐ再生しちゃうみたいです。衝撃とかはほとんど効果ないと思います。
Chihaya, is there any way we can strike at the heart? Or if you broke the contract with him, would that stop him?
とすれば、
私のシミュレートとほぼ一致するでしょうね。
I wonder what the simulations are. How do they have simulations for this?
核弾頭100発余り。
Oh, jeez.
そうなります。
That tone of discussion is grim. The Guardian lady seems to have the ability to calculate everything she sees and run simulations on that data. That's actually kind of cool.
冗談みたいな結果ばかりだわ。
ですが、データに基づいた現実味のある試算です。
Gosh, we're gonna need like Russia's or the United States' arsenal on one target to maybe stop it.
核の冬どころでは済まないだろうな。
そのように行った場合、まず間違いなく地軸変動が起こり、
Oh no!
いいわ。聞かなくても大体わか
It
る。
either it destroys the world or we do.
魔物を狩るのが我々の使命でもあるが、そのために人類の滅亡を引き起こすのでは本末転倒の極みだな。
So the trade-off of destroying that thing is the destruction of humanity. Absolutely not worth it.
他に現実的な手段は。
ありません。しかし、あの進行速度などを鑑みるに、全人類があれに絶滅させられるまでには十数年はかかると
So
思
what,
い
we
ま
just
す。
let it be a kaiju and like try and figure something out over the next few decades?
おそらく、飢餓による影響が最も多大でしょうね。
飢餓？
あれには周囲の植物を枯らす作用があるようです。
Great.
大地のエネルギーとでも呼ぶべきもの。
That thing's made of a ton of energy to begin with. I saw the trees in Kazamatsuri shriveled up before this thing came to be. That's going to happen to the rest of the world. Farms will wither, wildlife will die due to lack of food. I understand why Kagari disappeared now. There's no more need for her. This is the moment why she became the key.
大鳥さん、あれはあくまで魔物なのよね。
ええ。
つまり生命活動を行う存在であると。
So you're saying if we somehow cut it off, like if we could somehow destroy all life in a perimeter around it, it might stop?
生命かどうかはわかりませんが、
毒は効くのかしら。
Oh.
私の薬か。
それだったら昨夜には聞いてましたね。
だったら手段はもう一つあるわね。
Still though.
どうか、私の能力は、もともと、ああいうのは専門じゃなくて。
凍結させたあのマッドサイエンティストの研究があったわよね。
Oh, interesting. Who's the mad scientist?
あの毒なら効くはず。
Uh-oh.
ダメだ、それは絶対ダメだ。
どうかしら。
試算不能です。その毒とやらの規模、効力、その他のデータが必要です。
Oh boy.
やってみる価値はあるというわけね。
他にはないのか？
あります。
Huh?
あんまりいい方法じゃないかなって思うんですけど、多分一番早くて被害も少ない方法だと思うんですけど。
Wait. I'm not liking where this is going.
聞かせてくれ。最善策ならそれに越したことはない。
うまく説明できないんで、ちょっと実際に見てもらっていいでしょうか。
You could have said something sooner if you had a solution.
嫌がるかなって思うんですよね。私も嫌ですし。
I really don't like where this is going. She better not say what I think she's gonna say. Chihaya climbs to the top of the rock that's sitting in the forest. From there, she can see the familiar clearly through the gap in the trees. It feels wrong to me that that thing's actually Sakuya. Chihaya continues observing the familiar.
しずる、ナイフちょっと貸してもらえませんか？
I really don't like where this is going. Chizuru takes a knife out of her pocket and tosses it to Chihaya. She picks it up from her feet.
すごく切れる。気をつけて。
ですよね。痛いんでしょうね。
No! Wait, what are you doing? Chihaya holds the knife with both hands and points it toward herself. Stop, you idiot! She plunges it deep into her stomach. Fetch me! What the heck are you doing?
平気。痛いですけど。
Blood flows from her stomach and down the knife. Chihaya slowly but surely pulls it out.
何を
これでも、私、大丈夫なんです。昨夜と契約してますから。
What does that have to do with anything?
私が傷つけば、昨夜とのつながりで、直してくれます。逆もそうなんですけど。
Then it hits me. What Chihaya is attempting is the same thing that happened to Tenma and Kyavrog, only in reverse.
見ろ
Eska points at the familiar. It stops. Chunks of skin are falling from its surface.
だから、つまりですね。
No.
今の昨夜には、ものすごいエネルギーが集まってると思うんですけど、私の方にそれを命として回してくるので、これを繰り返せば、あれも死ぬと思うんです。
No. Best case scenario. You have to literally be attempting, you have to go through like pain equivalent of an entire force worth of life. Possibly a large portion of the planet's life. You'd be living in existential pain for so long.
ふざけるな！そんなことしたらチーが死ぬ！
And probably die, yes.
よくわからないですけど、私、バカだから、昨夜を殺そうとしてるってことは、私も死んじゃうんですよね。
Are you serious? No, she's right. I remember Tenma and Kyavrog. Kyavrog was far from dying back then. It could have kept sucking Tenma's energy for as long as it was willing to fight.
君は自分を犠牲にしようというのか
だって、私にしかできないですしね。
No.
本当は、すっごく嫌ですよ。痛いし、死んじゃうって思ったら嫌ですよね。私が嫌ってことは、みんな嫌でしょうし、それに、ほっといたら、私だって死んじゃうんでしょうし、他にないかなって。
You're going to die? What the hell? No way. All the battles we have fought so far? What was the point of it all? It was all for Chihaya. It was so that Chihaya and I could walk the same path. She says there's no other way, but is that really the case? Are we really without hope? Think. I've made it pretty far on my path up so far. Well, figure something out. All I need to do? Think of something.
ダメだ！そんなの、今じゃなくてもいい！まだあるなら言ってほしいんですけど。これでも私、結構考えたんです。あなた方、多分、昨夜を殺すことでしか解決できないんじゃないでしょうか。
Can't you just break the contract?
ね、きっと、
言葉もない。
それに、絶対死ぬってわけでもないと思うんですよ。もし昨夜の方のエネルギーがゼロになる瞬間に、私の力が届けば、強制的に契約解除できるかも。そしたら私死なないし、多分大丈夫です。
That's a freaking gamble.
小太郎、私、頑張ってみます。私にしかできないことですから。
Your best shot? Your best shot at hurting yourself? Your best shot at sacrificing yourself for the world? Your best shot at potentially dying? That familiar has a free reign as long as Saki is unconscious. What can we do about that? Am I supposed to hope and pray while watching a painful scene unfold? The ground shakes. The familiar slowly begins moving. Steadily, it stretches out its hand. Vines are spreading toward us.
昨夜。
Scissor, wait.
血が危ない！
That's Sakuya. I know what he's like. The veins stop right in front of Chihaya.
昨夜、やめろって、ダメですよ。
Maybe is he trying to break the contract?
昨夜はもういないって、ずっと言い聞かせてたんですから。
Let him break it though.
そんなことされたら、またいるって思っちゃうじゃないですか。いるって思ったら、帰ってきてほしいって思っちゃうじゃないですか。
I can't see Chihaya's face from here, but her shoulders are trembling. She's crying. Not much is clear. She's been hiding it in because she said she wouldn't cry. Fetch me. The giant familiar starts moving. This is bad. Sakuya's presence disappears. The familiar is now making its move. Its vines start slithering across the ground.
Ikan!
The two jump away. They start cutting the vines with their swords and knives. Nishikoji stabs the vines with their knives. That idiot. He's still alive. Then why can't you just put a stop to this? I thought you were supposed to be the strongest. Chihaya takes the knife again. Chihaya, that's enough!
でも、私がやらないと。
No. No! There are two ways this can end. The plan miraculously works and the familiar is destroyed with Chihaya alive, or it fails and both Chihaya and the familiar die.
小太郎、
This isn't right. That's not how I want this to end. After everything you've been through, this is how you want your life and Sakuya's to end? How you want your relationship with me to end? If you're going to tell me goodbye because you might die, forget it.
でも。
That's right. That bastard did it to me once, so I've got it. Simplest way out of this is to bring him out of it.
Tennouji君、何か策があるというのか?
Always do. It's kamikaze, boys. He's still there. I know that for sure. In that case, I'll wake him up by punching him really hard in the face. He's like, are you serious?
そんなこと。
Won't work? I beg to differ. That beast clocked me in the face when I was buried deep within my own subconscious.
教会の時。
That's right. It's the same thing here. He's watching us somehow. Sakuya's still inside that thing. If we wake him up, he might be able to stop it. So I'm gonna shock it with all my strength.
そんなの無茶です。今の昨夜に近づいて失敗でもしたら。
Then we do plan B. I can say the same thing about your plan. You said you'd survive if things turned out well. Do you think it'll go well? We're in the same boat. Like I said, if you're ever in danger, I'll risk my own life to save yours. We made it this far, and we'll definitely we defy the odds every step of the way. But now we're here. It doesn't mean we have to stop what we've been doing.
小太郎。
小太郎、
Suzuki responds the only way she can. She laughs and nods.
どうか。
なぜかしら。あなたならうまくやってくれそうな気がするの。
Because at this point, we don't have any other choices or options. Teach.
ごめんなさいね。私はガーディアンとしてあなたを殺そうとした。
I still don't like you.
でも今はただ一個人としてあなたを手伝わせてほしい。
Thank you.
私の能力ならあなたを乗せてあそこまで飛ばせるかもしれない。
The knife raise.
もっと大きいものを投げるからあなたはそれに乗ってくれればいいわ。一直線。一切の減速なく目標までたどり着ける。
Oh, that sounds exciting.
ならば、私の刀を使え。これならば強度の心配はあるまい。若さゆえの暴走。我々にはもうできないことだ。私もそれにかけてみたくなった。
みんな。
Chihaya. Leave this one to me. I'm supposed to be the guy that solves everything in the flashiest way possible. That's what Saki has been doing, and I intend to continue his role. So, I've got this.
小太郎。
天の地君。
Alright. Nishikoji prepares to throw a sword like a javelin. Sparks of electricity dance around the blade.
チャンスは一度だけよ。乗り損ねたら。
I'd look really bad.
そうね。
She smirks.
天の地君、もしかしたら私たちはみんな
I have no
あなた
idea.
に心を書き換えられたのかもしれないわね。こんなことに協力してるなんて私もどうかしてる。
Trust me, it's mutual.
小太郎の道は最良に最短で走る道だ。そうなったらいいってみんな思う道だ。
We all want.
だから切り開いてくれ。
I nod. They were our enemies. They were out to kill us. And yet these people are not helping us. What's wrong?
動きが。
Ground quakes the very next moment. Did the familiar fall?
どういうこと？
わからないですけど。これ多分エネルギーがないんです。
Then it's our window. Suddenly I hear a voice in my head.
今だよ。一発ぶちかませ。
Gil! Yes!
小太郎さんならきっとできますわ。
And Patty. Those two.
これはこの辺りの大地が枯渇しきったということか。
No. It's Gil and Penny. They've stopped the flow of energy that's powering the familiar. Everyone's helping us. Fail every time I think things are going well. We've lost a lot of people up until now. But now, thanks. I finally have people to be thankful for. It wasn't all for nothing. I feel like crying. But now's not the time. I'm counting on you.
弱いぞ。決戦に赴く男なら。
I know. He has to be ready to live.
それでいい。
準備はいい？
Ready when you are. I psych myself up. Target's the giant familiar. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared. But... yeah, we've been through a lot. I've overcome every obstacle so far. Oh boy, and the power that's helped me do it is with me now. Not to mention everyone here.
行くわよ！
Fire! I jump on the arrow of light. Riding a thunderbolt of iron. It really is a dumb idea if you stop and think about it. My mind is as far as it could possibly be from things like the survival of species or the continuation of the world. I'm doing this for one person. One girl. I don't want a story that ends with a girl being hurt. If there's harm coming her way, then I will stand in its way. Chihaya! Oh, look at that! Look at that picture. It's so good! I'll be back. It's playing music like it's about to end. It better not stop here. Kotarou speeds towards Sakuya upon the light.
平気よ。大鳥咲夜は最強の魔物。私たちでもどうにもならなかった。それと唯一まともに対峙できた小太郎は、あの時の力が宿るなら、今、小太郎は間違いなく最強の能力者だ。
Interesting. So he unlocked his full potential.
小太郎、どんどん前に進んでっちゃうんですね。
それについていけるあなたも相当よ。
信じよう。
I nod.
きっと帰ってくるって。
I close my eyes. My body's cutting through the air. Oh, and we're in an ultra mode. Focus all my energy in form of the Aurora. I'm not thinking of coming back or what's next for me. I'm just taking all the energy I have and concentrating it. Looks crazy, that's for sure. I create a 5-meter long greatsword. Freaking anime. Perfect for the finale. I open my eyes. Something like this. Won't stop me. The Aurora cuts right through the vines. This is the heaviest it's ever been. But it works! I swing the greatsword again. More vines are cut. Don't fetch me. Ah! Oh, something huge is coming. This is bad. My sword stops when it makes contact. So much for never slowing down. Dang it! This thing's regenerating too fast. Is there anything else that might work? My brain goes into overdrive. My surroundings slow down to a crawl. My brain runs through one idea after another at inhuman speed. Maybe I should call this moment an idea overdrive? I remember the bombing run. It didn't regenerate as fast back then. Was it the heat? Do I just burn it? I can't. The only heat my power gives off is from friction. But I can't get stuck here. Dang it. Something... Is there anything I can do? Is there any way I can generate enough heat to burn this thing down? Wait a minute. Fuego. And then... Huh? This is... Mito's Fuego!
勘違いするな。俺はてめえを認めねえ。てめえはどこまでも歩き続けなきゃならねえんだよ。地獄で眺める俺をもっと楽しませてみせろ。
How is...
まだまだ歩き続けてみせろ。
How is this possible?
俺の歩けなかった道を。そのふざけた足が絶望と破滅で崩れ落ちるまでな。俺はてめえのその姿を拝むためにこうしてるんだよ。
You know what? I'll take it at this point. Fuego. The flames wrap around my sword. Oh, that looks cool. The flames dance around the Aurora and eventually take on its color. The shape and colors are unworldly. Really? Oh. I guess that means you'll be helping me for as long as I live. Dude, he has a gods are really strong. I can do this! Out of the way! So much power. I received the ultimate trump card at the last minute. I'll take it, Vito! Holy crap, look at that thing. The monster looms in front of my eyes. I see it! I'm here. Hotori Sakura! A rush of emotions overwhelms me. I let myself go and throw everything I have into it. Ah! I jump to the arrow of light, dance to the gusts of wind, clench my fist, and finally, wake up! I roar. There he is! Hotori Sakura! I beat it. The crap out of you! Come on. Come on! Did it work? Light envelops me. I simultaneously feel warmth and fear being consumed. This is the light of the power spot. Oh, the arrow. It's inching right there. It's like almost all the way. The light of the land. And I'm now sinking into it. The light is everywhere. Someone grabs my shoulders. You stupid idiot. We're birds of a freaking feather. We fall to the ground alongside the crumbling familiar. No, the familiar is extending its roots. Like a seed, it begins sprouting branches and growing leaves. Something dances around me in light-filled vision. Cherry blossoms.
私が幾清掃の時を過ごすことができたゆえんです。私はかつて人から魔物へその身をやつしました。そしてこの霊木と融合し、茜さんがなそうとしていた魔物を超えた魔物となっていたのです。それは私の能力があったからこそなせたことでした。
Dang it. If we hadn't called Sakia there, she would have failed right then. Do we have the same abilities?
厳密には違ったようです。私はあるものを書き換えていると思っていましたが、あるもの以上になることはできませんでした。
Oh.
今の小太郎くんのように。
Interesting. So Sakia could change what was there, but could only achieve could only achieve that. He could incorporate things into himself. Kotarou can rewrite himself and surpass his limits like Green Lantern style. It's his imagination and his physical body. Huh. Does that mean I've finally surpassed you?
いえ、そうはなりません。
Would it kill you to pay me a compliment after all the pain I went through to get you back?
それを言われると辛い。
Right.
サクヤ！
千早さん。
バカ！
あな
たのわがままなんて、ちょっとだけ聞いてあげようかと思いましたけど、やっぱりダメです。いなくなることなんて許しません。
千早さん、桜の花が散るゆえん。以前にも教えたことがありましたね。一つは移りゆく時の流れ、もう一つは
その木が枯れる時。
ええ、名残惜しいですがお別れです。
嫌です。やっぱり嫌です。絶対嫌です。
I don't blame you.
困りました。
Don't look at me. You can't just go and make Chihaya cry. You better say something about it. I don't know how, okay? I don't like this either. I wanted everyone who's been around to stay around. Thought things would work out somehow. He's so useless. Just hurry up and go if you can't do anything about it. You're just going to make me cry if you stay.
あなたの涙声が聞けるとは。
What?
後悔をし続けていました。私は何もかもに。
You think the epitome of regret?
報われた気が。今あなたと千早さんを見て。
Lady Minata, the first love, the one who couldn't protect. I finally managed to protect something. Yeah, you have, you sucker, son of a bee.
それにです。あなたと千早さん。
Yeah, we do.
二人がいるじゃありませんか。
I just looked at myself, my eyes are red. Oh no.
もう私はただのお邪魔虫ですよ。ほら、そういつまでもグシュグシュした顔をしていてはいけません。これからお二人にはラブラブイチャイチャな生活が待っていますよ。よかったですね、千早さん。
Fetch me, he really is going if he's actually saying that with a straight face.
さて、残り時間もわずかなようです。
Yeah?
どう過ごそうかと考えてみましたが、
What's that?
超えたくありませんか私を。
You know what? Bring it on. I'll go dukes with you. I'll be horrifically humiliated just for you.
ちなみに今の私は、大地のエネルギーの影響で、ぶっちぎりに強くなっています。超えてみませんか何の笑いですか？気持ち悪いですね。
The Aurora Blade. The blade of my life which has cut open many paths. I'll take you on, Sakuya.
ええ、そう来てもらわねば、面白くありません。
The flower petal sword. The blade of Sakuya's life which he wielded as a protector. A few steps. We face off a short distance from each other. Tennouji Kotarou, Hotori Sakuya. Their blades clash within the falling cherry blossom petals. How do you like that? I'll get you this time. Very good. I taught you well. I admit I'm thankful for that much. But you are more than the sum of your training. Damn right. Excellent. Yeah, they suck, don't they?
二人とも
Yeah, they are. Gotcha! I deflect Sakuya's sword. It's a victory for brute strength. I swing my sword. And let it fade away. Ah! I punch Sakuya's right cheek with my fist. Yes! Looks like I win.
なぜ剣を？
Because our fight must never become a death match. Looks like that's one for me. Sakuya's fist sinks into my abdomen.
そういうことでしたら、遠慮なく行きますが。
Damn right! No point beating you if you do. Let's go, Sakuya. Going out like bros. Kotarou. Shizuru?
また寝てた。罰則1。
I can't help falling asleep when I get warm. It's so cold out. Sunlight in the room so warm.
俺まで目が覚めやがった。
Hey, he's here. Yoshino sits up on the sofa. He's always sleeping there for some reason.
どこか行くのか？
俺は邪魔者だろう。隠し事に興味はねえ。聞く気にもならねえ。
It's the opposite, Yoshino. We want you here. Come on, let's get out the laptop and do another remix.
てめえらだけでなんとかしな。俺はここで見ていてやる。
Yoshino leaves the room. I really wanted to tell him too. Shizuru is about to discuss some Guardian-related matters. Yoshino is a regular civilian. He's not involved in our side of the world. We can't drag him into this. But if all this nonsense about Gaia vs. Guardian never becomes a thing of the past, I fully intend on telling him our war stories.
しずるが何か用です？
Oh, right.
今日は部活でしたね。
二人とものんきすぎる。
Yeah, but that's kind of the beautiful thing about them, isn't it? Both of us are positive, positive for the Otori virus, after all.
だから何なんですそれ。
私も気をつけねば。
Yeah, absolutely.
現状の報告をします。
Shoot.
あかねさんのことからでお願いします。
会長は順調。
Really?
新学期に間に合いそうです？
うむ。
Good. That's great news.
でもそうなると、今度は同学年ですね。
Oh, that's crazy. She won't be our senpai anymore. She's acted big and tough because she was our senior. Let's see how she reacts now that we're classmates.
今まで通りになっちゃう気もしてますけどね。
She absolutely will. Absolutely will.
小鳥はどうだ？
I got another letter from her.
うん。
Aww.
間違いなく小鳥の字だと思うんですけどね。
She never told us where she ran off to.
元気でやってるみたいなんですけどね。
What about Lucia and Nishikyoujo?
ルチアはまだ動けない。そのためにみんないろいろ走り回
She
って。
can't move. I see. Guess Prez was far more pressing.
まだガイアがなくなったわけじゃないですし、忙しいんじゃないです？
そうだ。
元通りってわけにはいかないですね。
Establishing a Neo ORS is going to be difficult. The name has an awful ring to it. I was about to say, I was like, that doesn't sound great. It doesn't roll off the tongue or anything. Chihaya has a hard time saying it, so I'm about the only one who's using the name.
でも、私が絶対何とかする。
Yeah, we will. Counting on you.
何かあったら手伝ってほしいが。
I know a lot about bad familiars.
もう。
それは多分、ガーディアンの仕事ですよ。
That's probably fair.
私たちはもう、ただの風祭りの一生徒ですからね。
Oh yeah. Chihaya definitely is pretty normal now, isn't she? School ends. Chihaya's gone to the forest again. Hey, Chihaya! I know this place. But she's probably going to be upset at me if I sneak up unannounced. In this forest, there are all kinds of ways she could hurt herself. Chihaya is now a normal girl, albeit a bit of a klutz. Well, she always was that. She's no longer unusually strong or sturdy as she used to be. She's a lot more careful now because of it, and it looks like she's adjusting well. She dropped her handkerchief. I pick it up for her. I don't think she'll ever fix this bit of carelessness. I sigh. Hey.
小太郎、
You really like this place, don't you?
いいじゃないですか。
That's true. A clearing inside the forest. If Chihaya's here, did you manage to summon him? Then she's here to summon a familiar. She's here to summon a familiar she contracted from the other side. It goes without saying who she's trying to summon. I hope it works.
そうですね。
She's just as aware as I am. This probably won't work. But she still seems to have a contract inside her. Oh, so she's lost her powers, but the contract itself never truly broke. Interesting. I don't know much about familiars, but I know what she's going through. You dropped your handkerchief. But if there's a chance of your wish coming true, I don't think it's stupid to try. I have to say, got my hopes up. Granted, there will come a time I give up on it. But that time's still ahead of us. I'll go fix up some grub then. Don't you stay too late.
大丈夫です。今日はもうすぐ帰るつもりですから。あ、今日のご飯は何です？
I'm thinking of making curry.
シーフードがいいです。
Oh, that sounds so good. Sure. We keep waiting for the wish to come true. Suddenly, a strong wind passes us. The sound of rustling leaves echo in the sky. Is it the southern wind? I squint my eyes against the sunlight. And then, a single white flower petal dances before my eyes. You're late. Oh! Is it him or just that much of him? And it's just gonna leave us there, isn't it? Oh, I hate that. Oh, maybe? Oh, there's more? No way. Okay. So no, it's just tantalizingly potentials. Oh my gosh. Okay. I still stand by it, and I think I might have to say this, like, unless something really rattles me. Like, I've always said this before. This is so when I did Muv-Love, I always said that the best girl was Maya, but that the best girl for Takeru was Sumika. And I have to say this again. So far, I still think right now best girl is Kotori, but best girl for Kotaru, I think might be Chihaya. That was such a moving, powerful, passionate, just felt so grounded love between them. Like, they really relied on each other. They supported each other. It was a give and take. It feels like that they were able to kind of just be on the same wavelength for the whole story. Like, they're both just lovable idiots, and it just, they work so well together. I genuinely, like, I'm gonna be hard pressed to find another route that I think is like such a good fit for Kotaru. Now, I'm sure that I'm gonna like other routes more just because for me, like, if I'm sitting here and like, if I put myself in Kotaru's shoes as a character and try and imagine, I find Chihaya adorable, but I don't know if I would find her as like a strongly, I don't see myself connecting with her in the same way. But again, that's the thing, this is Kotaru's story, and in Kotaru's story and out of the past that I've seen, which is 2, but still, I think that the two of them had a very strong bond. I'm curious to see how that plays out with other characters, but I have to say for this one, like, it really felt right. Like, Kotori, I think, is a much more interesting character, and I really thought that she was much more captivating as a personality. But there was almost like a bit of odds with her and Kotaru. They almost like, because she was fighting herself so hard against like that relationship, it kind of makes it hard for me to picture it actually being able to work. Especially with her like determination, even after all was said and done, to try and stay away from him. I don't know if that's something that she could actually get over, as much as I wanted it to happen. But seeing Chihaya and Kotaru together is just, oh, it's just beautiful. It makes my cheeks form. That was a horribly difficult ending. It was great, but it was, oh my gosh, that was crazy. I really enjoyed that, though. It was genuinely a great experience, and I'm very happy that we played this ending. I think, Sakuya too, like, you remember how much I hated him from the beginning? Like, whenever he was there, I was like, I don't like you, I don't like you. Whew, that changed. He so grew on me. By that end, I genuinely really loved him as a character. That was so much fun. What a fantastic ending. And a beautiful song. Beautiful music, beautiful soundtrack, which, by the way, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this. These are never monetized. Not by me. They're monetized. They're modified by the company, which I'm totally okay with, but yeah. Just one of those things where, like, they've claimed everyone, and I don't think that's ever going to change. And that's perfectly okay, honestly. If I can keep playing the game and they don't make me shut it down, I'm good with it. Oh. Maybe a little more? Maybe a little more? Huh? Huh? Come on. Oh. Oh, okay. Maybe this is just the translation. Well, we'll jump to the end and see if there's anything else exciting going on. But for now, I'm just gonna wait for a bit. Oh, fetch! Wait, no. Meru! I follow Meru, the translator, on Twitter. Like, I've talked to them. Thank you for working on this. I had no idea you worked on this exactly, but that's awesome. I must have missed it last time. That's so cool. Salute to you and anyone who helped translate and localize and everything. Anyway, see you at the end. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. That song was just very heartwarming. And like all the backers. In memory of Carlos Conjuro. I'm not sure who that is, but beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, is there anything else? Nope. Looks like that's it. Cherry Blossom Petal. Complete Chihaya's route. Beautiful. Well, here we are once again. Back to the title screen. Oh, man. Well, where do we go from here, I wonder? Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you so much for joining me on the channel and for being a part of this wonderful journey. At the end of Chihaya's route. It's kind of sad to say goodbye to it, but just again, goes to show, if the writing is going to keep being on this level, it's freaking nuts. No idea what I'm doing next. I have no idea even how to decide what I'm doing next. Well, we'll have to get there when we get there. Thank you so much for being a part of the channel. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much for picking this game as being one of the ones that we would play. I'm very happy to be able to play it with you all. And I'm looking forward to seeing where our journey goes from here. But that's... gotta wait for another week. So I'm gonna go breathe. Maybe finish crying if I feel like it. Not really. I think I got all the worst of it out already. But it was a beautiful, beautiful story there. And I'm curious to see where we go now. So thank you for being a part of this journey with me. Hopefully you'll keep sticking out with me and kind of joining me for the other paths that we trend. And that we'll kind of together get to face, you know, one of the true endings. Remember, we're not doing all of them. So, yeah. Buckle up, brace yourself for next week when we do the very rapid fast forwarding through like random scenes that don't make sense together at all, but you know, we do it anyway. So until we get there and until we get to whatever's next, thank you so much. Thank you to the patrons and members who support me directly. You are wonderful and you make it possible for me to continue to pursue this. And you know, maybe someday I can make it something of a career, but for now, I just am grateful for the support because it helps me continue to like have resources like time and the ability to, you know, keep up with whatever it takes to be able to put into it to try and make this channel so much better. it's so amazing for me. Not that you ever should feel like you have to do that. Don't ever to support a channel unless you really just want to see that work continue on. But those of you who are showing that to me and genuinely want to see it continue like this, I don't know how else to say it. You're the best. Thank you so much. And until next video, watching me, see me next. I'll see you there.